Welcome to Mind the Gap. I'm one of your hosts, Darius, aka Shotty Pippin.
And it's your boy TK, aka the Negro Jedi.
And this right here is Mind the Gap.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Today we're going to be talking about vaccine passports and mask mandates. But before we get into all that, make sure you like, share, subscribe to our channel.
Facts.
All right. So how you want to approach this? How you want to jump into it? Because
First of all, how you feel about it?
The mask mandates.
Both.
Okay. As far as mask mandates, I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it. I don't really have a problem wearing masks. To me, like wearing masks is like the least you can do to like help the situation, and studies have showed that wearing masks along with like social distancing and like washing your hands and all this stuff that you be doing anyway, is a good way to keep the numbers down. And we saw like when we start relaxing, everything, the numbers started jumping way back up.
I can't even work out at the gym no more, man. I think I just got.
I stopped going to the gym. I'm scared to go to the gym.
You told me that.
That's why I'm 200 right now. I'm getting chubby.
Yeah, but you been gaining weight, man.
All right. Chill out. Chill out now.
I was like, my boy over there eating chocolate.
All right. But I've been going in. The problem was I was working out but eating like I was working out, and then I stopped going to the gym because of the numbers. But I just kept eating.
Oh, I understand.
So I gotta get back in my mode or find like some home workout stuff I can do. Which you said you was gonna help me with, but we'll get to that. But anyway, how you feel about it?
Vaccine passports I'm cool with. And the mask mandates, I'm also cool with. Like you say, it's the least you can do. It's not much. You do more. It takes more energy to complain and go through the process of not wearing a mask than to actually just to put it on and go about your business. I don't understand the
causing the whole scene while all you had to do is put it on. You could have been in and out in 5 minutes.
It's not even that. I don't understand the whole to just disagree with it, the whole energy behind it. I just don't understand that. It's not just you doing it to the extreme. It's to the minimum for me.
Yeah.
Also, it just doesn't make sense. If I sneeze or cough inside my mask, that's more that stayed in than it would if I had it down.
Yeah.
There's more spit and air that stayed in when I'm talking with the mask on than it was off.
Right.
That's just simple for me.
Yeah, simple thing.
You know what I mean?
I'm not sure. Like, I'm not so sure about vaccine passports, but I'm also not sure if it's even avoidable, if we can avoid something like that.
Why?
But we can get on that. But to stay on mask mandates, like just like the thought of us having to go back to wearing masks, like in stores and especially in schools now that they're really pushing, like we need to have kids in school, bro, has left like PTA meetings and town hall meetings in like shambles, bro.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff I be hearing, like this is demonic. The school board is possessed.
Yeah.
All this is a means to control the masses. This is what else they say? They say this helps child trafficking. Like this is child abuse. Yeah, like the stuff I be hearing at these school boards meetings and these town halls is just ridiculous.
I don't understand. Go ahead.
And it's not always comfortable wearing a mask, but that's as far as like my issue with it goes.
Yeah.
As far as that, like just put on the mask and go on about your day.
To all of that, I don't understand it because there's always been mandates.
Right.
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
Right. They didn't have a problem with it.
When you go to school, there was like at some schools you have to wear khakis.
Yeah.
Some schools you can't wear spaghetti straps.
Yeah.
You can't have a certain type of color. Yeah. You can't wear a hat.
Facts.
So when did it become a problem? They have had. Speaking of even the vaccines, like there have been vaccines since 1850 in schools.
Right.
You gotta have a certain amount of vaccines to come to school. Now, if you want to argue the point that this is a new vaccine, then by all means, you have that. Yeah. Wear the mask.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to get a vaccine, at least wear the mask.
Wear the mask.
We got options. At least
wear the mask.
If one or the other, or not, if not both.
But like you say, when you go to these town halls, even those things like I'm not co-parenting with the government. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Your school, your kid in private school. Because this is a public, this is a public school, which is funded by the. Oh, speaking of like not co-parent with the government, do you claim anybody on your taxes? Did you get that money back that they gave you for your kids? Mm-hmm. Like what? Like at what point do you realize that you sound foolish, or do you sound like what I'm saying? Like I'm okay with everything but this. There's some things in a society that's going to happen that you're not going to like,
right?
everybody goes through something in that society that people don't like. But for you to go to these extremes over a mask, they're not asking you. They're not forcibly telling you that you have to take a vaccine.
Yeah.
They're not telling you that you. I mean, I'm a private business.
Yeah.
Which is another thing I don't understand as far as being a Republican or a conservative. Republicans and conservatives are a party of less government. Y'all do what y'all want to.
Yeah. And if these places say we want people to wear masks,
that should be okay. Yeah. So I don't understand why you trying to sue these people.
I think freedom is killing. And we're gonna talk about another episode. We're gonna talk about freedoms and rights and things like that. But I think the idea of freedom and how people think they can do whatever we want, and like the slightest inconvenience triggers people.
Like, but it's the slightest inconvenience, but it's already things that you do
that's already conforming in the same way.
Like people that are sheeps and don't even know it.
Yeah.
Like I have car insurance that I have to get car insurance, not just for me, but for other people.
Right.
I have to.
Well, I gotta pay for other people.
Yeah, exactly. For this car that I have paid off, I have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Why do I need to continue to pay taxes on something I already got paid off?
I own it. Why I gotta pay taxes?
Also, in my car, why do I get a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt? It's my car. It's my right.
Funny enough, when seatbelts first came out, people were saying the same logic.
Same thing. But here we are.
If I don't want to wear a seatbelt, it's my life I'm putting in danger. Mm-hmm. Why should I have to wear a seatbelt?
Also, with that same token, when you have kids in the car, the government shouldn't tell me what to do with my kids. Well, they tell you they got to be in a car seat at a certain age, and if you're not, you get a ticket. I don't understand these ideas that they have.
It's selective.
Like I get that, but why? Why is it selective? Because it's new?
Inconvenient.
But how is it inconvenient? That's more inconvenient. I gotta buy a car seat. How cheap is it to buy a mask?
Because people don't want to wear. I saw something. The dude was at the meeting. He was like, I smoke. When I'm wearing a mask all day, that collects in my mask, or like I cough or something, it's all in it. I'm like, that's the point, bro. That's the point, is to keep that contained. And if you don't like the way you smell after you smoke, then guess what you need to do? You shouldn't be smoking anyway, bro.
That's crazy. Because
come on.
Because I'm not sure, but the same people who told black people last year or 2 years ago that if you don't like it here, you should move. If you don't like the way that the things that we do here, you should move. The same people who said if you are gay, if you go to a restaurant and you are gay, they shouldn't have to serve you. The same people that said that. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out what they thinking now.
Mm-hmm. They think the same, but it's not in their favor, and that's the problem.
Oh man,
people are only okay with stuff as long as it don't bother them. And for me, if I'm being totally honest, DK, if I'm being really real, I think, and I spoke about this show, I think there are many ways to join a fight. Mm-hmm. I think with all the rights that have been slowly eroded in the United States over time, that if you having to wear a mask is what gets you activated, to me, you are wholly uninformed. You a weak ass person. To be blunt, you a weak ass individual if having to wear a mask is what triggered you. Because if people fought this hard to save unions, we'd have better wages right now. But I did not see people storming the fucking Capitol to save unions, or when they was doing a little sneaky stuff to take away our voting rights. Where were those people charging at the Capitol like it's not fair to take away these rights? But it wasn't bothering them, so they was not at the Capitol. And that's my problem. Now that those same people at the school boards got to wear masks to fucking Publix, now all of a sudden it's a problem. All of a sudden it's a health crisis. Now it's all of a sudden you are qualified to tell a doctor to go back to medical school because you don't want to wear masks. Mm-hmm.
The dude I like is the one that was screaming "All hail Fauci." The dude
with the dreads. Come on, bro.
And they was like gassing him behind.
Yeah,
him.
they was.
And people and I used to think when they used to compare like Trump to Hitler, I used to be like, man, y'all tripping, bro. That man was. But it's some similarities. It's some similarities. Mainly because of the control he got over his constituents, bro. That's why I enjoy the 48 Laws of Power when it talks about how to build like a cult like following. Yeah, it showed like when he was doing that and people fought. It showed like that. I was like, yo, he's doing the same thing that's in that book. I don't know if he know it or not, but he's doing it. It's just weak people that I will admit, in my opinion, and it's just from the people that I know who support that. Yeah. They support him like this is people at my job. Their life sucks. Their life sucks, and they can't look inward and say, this is I have the power to change this. Right. So when somebody comes along and says it's not your fault that your life sucks, it's not your fault. Yeah. I read somewhere that you make 35,000 choices throughout a day. 35,000. And somehow your life, the position that you are in life ain't your fault. Not even a little.
You did everything right.
You did everything right. I worked hard. I may spend money here, did this, wasting my money here. But I should have more money because I work hard. Or because I look like this.
Yeah.
Or because I have this. The government should do this and the third. I should be able to do what I want in these aspects. And then somebody come along and say, you're right. Vote for me and we'll make it happen.
Yeah. and then eat that up, bro.
Like I told you before, in my opinion, hope is the main avenue to despair. And that's why you see people storm the Capitol, because you were so hopeful that your man was gonna win, and when he didn't, you go crazy. You go
lost
insane.
Your mind, because if he don't win, then everything's your fault.
I'm all about American values until it don't go my way.
Yeah, precisely.
Like I told you before, you know what I'm saying? The U.S. ain't nothing but a third world country in a Gucci belt. You know what I'm saying?
That's a bar.
That's all it is.
Bar, man.
It's just foolishness.
The confidence this pandemic has brought in a certain group of people is frightening. But it's really just revealed how fragile people really are. Like I was saying, like if wearing a mask is what triggered you, like what you doing out here? Like how strong are you really?
I think it comes in with the lack of how informed you really are. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're not passionate about voter rights, because whatever the case is, you're not gonna look it up.
No. But or if it doesn't affect you.
It doesn't affect you.
But this is like, this affects you because now you have to conform to it. It's like,
forcefully.
Yeah.
Or you feel like it's forcefully. Because your kid ain't got to go to that school.
You don't.
If you had the money, your broke ass to pay for a private school and take them there. They don't have that, which is cool. That's your kid. You do what you want to do. But don't come to the government telling them that they should do this and do that.
Right.
And then say, I'm not, be a part of the government and then be like, well, I'm okay when y'all do this and not okay when y'all do that. I'll follow these rules, but not these rules.
Yeah.
You don't control those aspects. Like, I don't understand where you think that because you pay, like I said, go before, like you paid insurance, you got to wear a seatbelt, you got to have your kid in the car seat. How you think you're going to bypass these private businesses rules or policies? Don't understand it. It's my right to be able to. No, it's not.
It's not, though. It's not, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, we live in a society and we have a social contract with the society. There's give and takes, bro. And if we deem that, wearing masks or getting vaccinated or, not jaywalking or whatever you want to say is better to keep people safe, then, that's the road we should go in.
Yeah.
And I think, which is why I say I don't know if like things like vaccine passports are unavoidable, because I think part of the solution to getting over this is like understanding and empathy. Like if you only care about your rights and shit like that, then you don't really care that you in a store affecting somebody else, or that you need to think of other people, because we need to be this as a community, as a collective. But people who are, focusing on the individual and like our rights and blah 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 are really making the problem worse and exacerbating the issue.
To your point, one of my biggest things, I remember we had a talk before on the show, is episode on what's the problems with the world. Good episode. Go check it out. And one of the things that I told you that it's not, people always say, man, we need more love in the community. And I was like, nah, we need understanding.
Yeah.
That, first of all, in my opinion, at that time, I thought understanding was easier, and I thought accepting it was easier. Those two things for me would be the easiest thing than love, because you have to actually feel that. Now I'm looking at like, I just love each other. You know what I'm saying? Like
something, bro.
Because understanding has everything to do with accepting the truth that you are presented with.
Yeah.
Everything. But when you hear nurses and doctors say this person died saying that COVID was fake, this person died saying that everything they said in the media was a lie, it's like, I don't think we're gonna get to understanding.
No, and then on top of that, when it comes to like understanding, and which ties into belief, is like acceptance is everybody has a different level of understanding, and people can't really control what they believe to a certain, like you can control your influence, but to reach that aha moment, like, oh, I get it, I understand it, I get it. People at different levels, bro. And depending on how far gone you are, we may never reach that with some people, and they just out there floating.
You're absolutely right, and that's why I say now let's just love each other because understand because I didn't know understanding was that hard. But for most of my life,
I don't even know if we can just love each other if we don't have understanding. I think all that's tied in.
I don't think you need understanding and love. I don't think you need understanding and love.
For whom?
For most people.
No.
For majority of people.
I guess normal people, I would say, or general.
For general people. Because normal people, they are all going to be, I ain't going to say normal people, but most people, they are not going to be receptive to like a change of ideas.
Yeah.
Especially in the way that they've been living most of their life. Me as an adult, both of us, that's why we do the podcast, because we are able to change the way we see something based on new information.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to my doctor, I don't argue with him on certain things because I know he's the professional. I don't argue with my mechanic on certain things.
I got it. This is a quote that I like. I forgot the dude's name, but he was like, when it comes to the matters of the boot, I refer to the authority of the bootmaker.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about making boots, so if I want to know something about making boots, I ask somebody who's making boots.
Because
people Google something for 30 minutes or watch a video on YouTube and think you more than somebody that went to school for 10 years and been practicing for 10 more years on top of that.
And the crazy thing about it, you know what's crazy about a lot of that, what you're saying, not to get too far off topic, it's a lot of people, it's other people that, you got the ones that just I don't believe it's happening.
Yeah.
Then you got those who, I don't believe it, and then they get sick and they look for the doctor for help.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, they say, well, I'm not taking the vaccine, but they'll take like, it's like an antibody procedure that they do where they inject you with like the antibodies. It's basically the same thing. They do the same. Right. It's got the same stuff in the vaccine, and they'll accept that. I'm like, what are you
selective?
It's like selective. It's like, bro, why do we have to get here though? You used to have that person that you used to tell that person stop. Like I had this people in school. I was like, man, that's just, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't call me that. Stop. Yeah. And then it changes once I punch you in your face.
Yeah, and then you understand.
Then now, I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah, it's like, but I've been telling you it's like that.
Man, telling you like that.
Yeah.
My mama used to have this thing. She used to tell me, before you do anything, go to the principal, go to the teacher, and then you come to me. And then after that, it's everything you want to do.
Yeah.
You did everything in your power. Yeah. At that point, it's all in you. So when you act up, everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't understand, like, with these situations, it's like you went through the process and somehow you still missed it.
Yeah.
So when you get sick in the hospital, I'm okay with a doctor saying, you know what, he was at a party and he's not vaccinated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat this person over here more than I treat you. We got 5 ventilators.
I was weary. Like the first time I heard you say something like that, I was like, I don't know about it. But like the more I think about it, and the examples I keep seeing of people who need regular help, like people on dialysis, or people who need chemo, or like I saw this thing with this. I think you may have sent it to me, but this lady, they had to reschedule her brain surgery because the hospital was at capacity. She had to reschedule her brain surgery because the hospital was at capacity due to people who unvaccinated bringing in COVID. You know how wild that is, bro? People who need regular help can't even get help because people who weren't doing what they need to do weren't taking care of themselves. So when it comes to stuff like that, and I started hearing more, so I was like, if they have evidence that you were out here doing not what you're supposed to do, because I understand some people are unvaccinated because they're not sure, or they want to wait, blah, blah, blah. I'm cool with it.
In the house.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. But it's the people who are actively making the situation worse, who are actively out here going against any measure we can to save ourselves. I don't wear a mask. I'm not vaccinated. I don't stay 6 feet apart. Those people that are vocal about it, those people can stay at home. I think if you really about that life, you should be okay with staying at home and just riding it out and see what happens.
You know what I'm saying? Side, brother.
You know what I mean? Because it's not fair that like I'm doing everything I can to help myself. You out there being reckless, but we getting treated the same. No. I already showed I value my life. I've been showing you that. Like, ain't no way you should be to the front of the line just because you got here first. You gotta go.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You gotta go.
Like that dude. I think his wife had like something going on with her, and she couldn't have surgery on her breast. I think she had breast cancer or something.
Yeah.
something like that, or somebody. I think it was another person. He needed heart surgery, and he couldn't. He died. Ended up dying because he couldn't get to the hospital. He was a fireman or something.
Why do those people?
He was a military veteran. Yeah. I think. But why is that person who served getting put behind the line behind these people? That's like, to your point, like, and like I said, like, you heard me say that before. I remember we used to have debates about that. Yeah. It's like, nah, I think those people, if you make a decision to opt out of the government rules, you shouldn't be. You
should be at the back of the line.
You should be at the back of the line.
If in the line at all.
If at the line at all. It's like, I'm okay with what you feel.
Yeah.
I'm okay with what you feel until it starts affecting other people. And you come to the hospital, it's affecting other people. You going out in society, it's affecting other people. I'm cool with you being sick. I'm cool with you dying at your house. You paid money though. You die at your house.
Let me tell you something. I didn't take the Hippocratic Oath to help and help everybody. You know what I'm saying? If somebody we get so, because it's gonna end up like John Q when he got to put a gun out. I'm like, hey, this man, we got evidence. This man been out here reckless. He just came from a party.
Oh my goodness!
Come on, man.
I agree, bro. Like it's like if you are so sure about your guns that you have, stick to them.
Stick to them. Ride it out.
I respect.
That's why the only person I seen I respect was that old white dude. Yeah. He died, but he was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay at home and I'm gonna ride it out. I got COVID. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, but I'm gonna beat this.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to do. I'm gonna show you that it's not that bad. And then they found him dead, cold. I respect that, man, because at least he had the gall to be like, yo, I'm going to ride this out.
I respect. You sent me that. I said, he died at the house?
The house, bro.
I wasn't even mad at him.
No.
I was like, yo, that's
be more like that, man.
Like, that's real.
If you about that life, be more like him.
I respect.
He was the main people. It's a farce. It's fake. Blah, blah, blah. Then he got it. He was like, okay, it's real. He's like, I'm in the worst pain. I was in a fetal position most of the day. But he wrote it out. Be more like him.
Be more like him. Yeah, don't cry at the hospitals when you get sick.
Yeah.
Don't waste them ventilators. Because I just don't get it.
I don't get it, bro.
To the passports.
To the passports. I'm iffy about that, but I don't. But the way society is, I don't see a way past. Because when you got to force people in a position to do something because they won't willingly do it, like how other can we get it done if you don't install like passports and stuff like that? But just like with school, like
what problem do you have with it? I don't understand your problem with it.
My problem with it is like for those individuals, I don't know how they're gonna circumvent it. For those individuals who are just waiting, like who are like, I'm unsure if I want to take the vaccine. Mm-hmm. Not those people that are like outwardly like against the vaccine, like I just want to wait and see how that goes. And for those people who may medically can't get the vaccine for whatever reason, or for people who don't yet have access to the vaccine or whatever, that might hinder them for I don't know how long or whatever. So, and I think it would disproportionately hurt Black and brown people because I think I know a whole lot of white people ain't got the vaccine, but I think a lot of areas it's hard to access stuff where we are in terms of like getting help, like medical treatment and stuff like that. I don't know how sure that is like now with the vaccine, like how much of it is out there now. I think we have enough vaccines. I'm not sure. So I think that can hinder us. And a lot of Black and brown people don't have the same ways to circumvent not having a passport, like maybe like home deliveries and stuff like that, being able to afford stuff like that. If y'all can't go to the store, like, can you bring it here or whatever?
If you own the business,
mm-hmm.
would you? And when I say passports, I'm more like getting on a plane and stuff. Okay. That's how I really look at it. I don't really look at it like
I thought they were talking about vaccine, like passports, like
in
public.
Yeah. I don't think
because we kind of already have that. Like you got to have certain shots to go to certain places.
Period.
Yeah.
We are. That's what I'm saying. Like there's some places you can't go to. I think it's like East Asia.
Yeah.
Without having some type of like vaccine for like hepatitis.
You need that.
Typhoid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm a business owner,
right,
and why wouldn't I have, vaccine passports? Why wouldn't I have that? I don't understand what the problem is as far as like, a privately owned business having it.
Right. I get it. I don't have a problem with that either. I'm just saying I'm sure that's going to exacerbate the problem somewhere.
How so?
And also,
you don't really have a choice.
And also, that's definitely going to make if they really instill that, it's going to get worse before it get better.
I'm okay with it.
You know, it's going to excite some people out there.
But that's the but back even when you say those people, and we talked about this before, like those people are like, though those people are dangerous, it's not many of them. Mm-hmm. There's not many of those people that you see constantly on the news acting out. Yeah, it's just because they're acting out, they make news. It's like it's not a lot of them,
but they also willing to go there, and I think that's the thing.
They only willing to go there as long as like just like the bully. The bully's gonna talk. Bully's gonna do all that. Then when I punch you in your mouth, then what? Now we got now it's a decision that we made. Now you know it's real. Yeah. You good? You good? Yeah. It's like what are we doing? Yeah. Now that's not to say that some won't punch back. That's not saying that they won't react. And some, but it's a lot of people. Once you get punched in your mouth, you like, okay, well maybe this ain't. It's you yelling and going about this stuff. It's like people that are loud and ignorant until you start questioning them. Yeah, and then they start like, you like, oh man, you really don't know what you're talking about out here.
But then that comes the issue to where those people make that decision. Either I can just admit I'm wrong, or I can just take it to the next level.
I don't want you to admit it's wrong. I want you to go home and think about it. I want you to go home. I want you to go home and know that you didn't know what you were talking about. Yeah. I want you to be mad. I don't care if you've been mad at me. I don't care. I want you to get to the point where when I ask you questions, you become stumped.
Yeah. But it's those type of people that when they get stumped, they get violent. Because then it's like, well, I can't beat you verbally. I'm gonna try to beat you physically.
You can't do that to everybody. And then now what? Now you lost twice. Yeah. It's like what? It's like, you know what I'm saying? I know you're not gonna get to the point, but I want you to go home and think about it. Yeah. I want you because you're not being challenged. A lot of times when people do that stuff, it's like people just let them go and see like, man, these are just crazy people. These people. The same thing that happened, you know what I'm saying, what Hitler was doing. He's like, man, this man up at yelling stuff, and then the crowds got bigger. Then it's like, you know, hey, but we let this go on too long.
Yeah, it got real.
It's like you didn't challenge it. It's like, how do you think this? Why do you feel like this? Well, you know, tell me what. No, that's not what science is. And the thing I don't get about a lot of the school stuff when they say, you know, I don't want my kid wearing a mask because of the science. You say science. What is science? It's like, but they go to school to learn that same science that y'all are denying. Yeah. It's like, but it's like y'all just running around in circles just saying
I didn't see these people running out here snatching masks off doctors' face and construction workers years before this. Like, you can't breathe while you out here wearing this mask.
Yeah. I didn't see it before. Yeah, you weren't in the doctor's office, you know, snatching off the surgeon's mask. No.
You can't breathe. I need you to breathe while you doing my surgery. It's only when they got to wear the mask that it's a problem. And they've been breathing fine for years.
But I don't understand. Well, I'll take it back. I understand. It's ignorance with the despair of the position they're in life. Yeah. And you got some people that's gonna be just, you know, I got money and I just want to, you know, I'm a part of this stuff. But a lot of this comes from people that they in areas of their life where it sucks. Yeah. They somewhere where, you know, I need something to blame. I need to be mad at something. I need to feel oppressed. I need to feel like, you know, I have a fight to fight other than the fight that I need to face every day, which is, you know, being broke.
Mad people out here who aren't oppressed.
No, they're not. They're just in a bad situation they put themselves in. You're an alcoholic. You keep picking up the bottle.
They're like it's funny because the people who be gassing them up are the people they need to be voting out. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the main people they need to be focused on if they want to, you know, get out of the position they are. Because this trickle down shit ain't working.
These people that they vote, right? Yeah. Or these people they want to go against, right? I'm getting tired of these politicians that all they care about is money. They funded by such and such. They just trying to get money from big corporations. These people don't care about us, but then you get Trump. And then you get like you vote all these other people in that just say stuff. They literally just say stuff to rile you up. Oh, I know I say this and they'll get riled up. They're gonna be on my side.
Trump, I say it again, bro. Trump literally said nothing on that campaign trail. Nothing of substance. And when he got in, he filled his cabinet with people who were just like him. And talking about draining the swamp. People is right in their face. This man is the face of capitalism, and the people he brought in was all about themselves. And then he brought them in right in their face, and what happened?
What's crazy about that?
Excuses.
A lot of them people that was in his cabinet either got, you know what I'm saying, arrested or got lawsuits to get them, or they quit on them right before the end. They jump ship.
Yeah. But for some reason, they make every excuse.
Like what? How do that not make sense? The people he hired, hey, these are the people that I believe are gonna be on my side. This is my team. I believe in these people.
Either got convicted, arrested, or jumped ship, or turned on them. I don't understand how
turned on.
I don't understand how you see that and still make every excuse for his presidency. I don't get it.
No.
Anyway,
that's where we at with it, man.
That's why I'm at, man. Moral story is how I feel about it is, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem people being speculative. I encourage that type of behavior. Mm-hmm. If you are unsure of something, then be unsure. Really do your research, like actual research, cross reference things, just not things that just
that validate.
Yeah, validate what you believe in. But don't be actively out here making stuff worse. That's what I don't like. Is when people go beyond speculation. Like, nah, I'm gonna make the situation worse. I'm gonna make it worse for everybody.
But they don't think that. Like that's you telling somebody that doesn't. They don't think that. That's the problem. I think also you don't think you're making the situation worse.
You think there is no situation. There's no. I can't make a situation worse that don't exist.
Yeah. They don't even realize that what you're doing is not helping either side.
Well, I would like to dive more in it, but we running low on film, so we gotta wrap it up. Right. So thank you for joining us on this episode. Again, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Anything else you like to add?
No, man. Thank you for joining us. More content coming to you. Please stay tuned.
Yeah. Remember to mind the gap.
Mind the gap.
I don't know what I can do. It's like I gotta do drugs.
Don't do it.